So using data to innovate is absolutely key. And I guess there are a number of different ways you could look at this. One way to look at it is, when we innovate, what sort of methods and technologies are we using that may be of interest? So we're doing some really interesting things. We're using graphs at a massively large scale to try and understand certain types of relationships, spot patterns in those relationships, and applying machine learning techniques and other graph-based techniques on top of those large graphs. That's really interesting. We're developing a whole series of neural networks for a whole range of purposes. One of them in particular is around image classification, document classification, that type of stuff. So that's super interesting, and that's really stretching our team's brains at the moment. There's a massive push we have on conversational intelligence. So at the heart of what we do is understanding our customers' needs, and conversational intelligence, as you can probably understand, is really at the heart of understanding needs. If we can understand conversations at a micro and a macro level, then we can better have better conversations with our customers centered around their needs. And then at the slightly sort of pushier edge, we're looking at things like agent-based modeling. For those of you familiar with gaming technologies, you'll be familiar with that area. And even quantum computing. We have access to some of the very few quantum computers in the world, and we use that time on those quantum computers to run a series of targeted experiments where we can get a better understanding through those of the sorts of needs that we could fulfill with quantum computers as they begin to scale up. So lots of really interesting things going on, but none of these would be relevant if we just thought about tech and methods. We need to think about the business problems that we solve. So I guess the way I can describe it is that we don't do innovation just for the sake of innovation and our methods and technology. We do it set in the context of solving problems around climate and meeting our Paris Accord requirements, around understanding customer needs far better. As I said, conversational intelligence is a great example of that, or indeed keeping our customers safe and secure, and understanding where we see anomalous behavior that might be an indication of a fraud or a scam. All of those things are at the heart of our innovation agenda, and those technologies I mentioned are going to help us do many of those things in far better ways, in ways that we didn't even dream of a few years ago. It's super exciting.